Okay. Hopefully it's working now. Working on it. Come on. Why isn't it showing my trading platform? Voila! Excellent. I think I figured it out. So I'm just going to write here, live on all. So good morning, everybody. It is the 16th of July, and the markets will open in approximately 3 minutes and 35 seconds. I just need to go through a couple of things before we get started. So here we go. I should be able to do this now. Here we go. Excellent. So here's a disclaimer. I assert the moral rights to all the material within the context of this streaming, and nobody has any permission without my explicit written permission to broadcast or rebroadcast any of the content that I'm showing here. This material is purely educational. All my trades are purely educational. I'm showing you what I am doing, and I'm explaining why I'm doing what I'm doing. But past performance is not a guarantee of future performance. I trade a CFD account. It's highly leveraged, and it does carry a high degree of risk to your capital. If you have any doubt about your ability, financial suitability or otherwise, for trading or being here, please seek professional advice. And by professional advice, I don't mean your neighbor or another guru on Twitter or YouTube or Discord. Get proper advice. Today, the 16th of July, I'm just about to trade the EU markets. This will be my session number 3. Today is my second day, and I expect a few more sessions before I completely get used to operating the machinery. So please bear with me while I am. Here's some facts about my live trading and my trading in general. During my EU session, I trade the DAX and the FTSE only, and I rarely trade anything else. During the US session, I trade the Dow and the Nasdaq, and I rarely trade anything else. I tend to trade for between 90 and 120 minutes per session. I never use indicators, and I rarely use conventional technical analysis. I will never add to a losing trade, but I will frequently, but not always, add to a winning trade. I trade a product called CFD, contract for difference. It is essentially the same as a futures contract, but it is superior in any stretch of the imagination. It hasn't got exchange fees, it hasn't got commissions, got low spreads, it's got superior volume. However, I trade that with a broker called TD365.com. I trade with them because they offer the tightest spreads that I have found amongst any broker globally, and those spreads are fixed. However, when you're sitting watching your platform and you may be trading with another broker, I don't care what broker you trade with, that is entirely your prerogative. But you may sit there and think, why are my trading prices not the same as his trading prices? So I urge you to go to TD365.com's website and click on their front page where it says try demo account. Then you'll get a one-click instant demo account, and you can see the prices that I'm displaying and the prices that are displayed on your platform, and then you can draw a comparison. As I said, I use 200 to 1 leverage. This is considered high risk, and I urge you to consider carefully if CFD trading is the right thing for you. I have disconnected comments and chat on YouTube because I think it's distracting for me, and it is guaranteed to be distracting for you. You're not here to chit chat, you're here to focus. The markets will open now, so I'll rush through this. I trade the DAX in £200 a point. It means that if I buy the DAX at 20 and it goes to 21, technically I made £200. I trade the FTSE in £300 a point, the Dow in £100 a point, and the Nasdaq in £200 a point. You can contact me on @Tom on Telegram or email hello@TraderTom.com. And that is it. I will now swap over to my trading platform. The DAX closed at 18,590. It's currently trading at 488, so we got a significant gap down. I'll now show my charts, and I'll swap between showing charts and showing my trading platform. So here's the big picture. The big picture in DAX. I have a swing trade long. I've done that on another account because I didn't want it to be distracting on what's going on here. But I have a very small stake size long position. So this is the daily chart. And here's the 5-minute chart. It's the 10-minute chart of the FTSE. The FTSE closed yesterday at 81.82 and it's currently trading at 81.50. Just going to check my Telegram feed. You should be seeing, and now. So I assume that, is it true that there's no screen on YouTube? Okay. No, apparently YouTube is on. All right. Just people learning how to refresh. All good. I thought I was live on both. When I have a gap down situation, or indeed in any market, my routine is always the same. I'll be scouring for situational analysis entries. So if this was the FTSE and the first bar was negative, I would know what to do. But this is the DAX, so it doesn't apply. Here's the first bar in the FTSE. It's looking pretty good so far. Just want to make one thing clear. I don't intend to sit and chit chat. I will talk if I think there is something that I need to show you, but otherwise you might just hear me breathing rhythmically, slowly, in order to induce calm, clear state of mind. Okay? So, enough of me. Let's get back to it. And by the way, what you're seeing here, do sharks complain about Monday? No, they don't complain about Monday. They're up early, biting stuff, chasing shit, being scary, reminding everyone they are a shark. So it looks like the DAX, I'll have to wait for an aggressive school run. Here's my quote for the Dow up here. Dow is actually just flat. It closed at 211 yesterday, so it's slightly up. But that was a trend yesterday. Europe was weaker. Stand by on the FTSE. We could have a sell here. See, what I'm keeping an eye on is the FTSE trading below 41.7. Ooh, bugger. That's where I would have been handed to have an order at 41.6. Shit. See if I can get a second chance. Sometimes it will come back up. I'm just putting an order in at 41. I think it's 41.4. Yeah. That's why I want to be a seller. So I'm filled. I'm just going to put in an order here. Sorry, a stop loss. Just going to go out and do that here actually. I'm just going to put it 15 points away, and then I'll go and amend it in the actual chart. There we go. I want my stop loss to be here. So I'm currently short the FTSE. I'm currently making a few points. I'm going to try and move the stop loss down as quickly as I can. I'm moving my stop loss down to 33. Sorry, to make that 44. As I said, I'm just getting used to this system, and I'm just getting used to doing it on YouTube and as well as on Telegram. So just have to bear with me while I sort of get the hang of this. I have been stopped out. Stopped out. I lost £750. Okay. Good move off the lows in the FTSE. sorry, I was muted. Swapping over to the DAX, looking at the 5-minute structure. We got another 3 minutes and 30 seconds until the current 5-minute bar is complete. So I'm just going to swap over to camera because I just want to explain something while I have time. So there will be traders of all sorts of calibers watching this without a doubt. I think it's important to remember that we each will approach trading in a manner that is aligned with our belief system and our psyche. And you may not agree with what I did, which I perfectly can appreciate. The market didn't. But I'd like to explain the trade. So the trade, when the first bar in the FTSE is positive and the low of that bar subsequently gets broken, that's a short. Statistically, that's a short. I think normally how I would approach this is I would have an order resting, but as I said earlier, I'm just getting used to the whole YouTube live thing, so I wasn't as fast as I wanted to get that order in. At its best, my position was not more than 5 points in profit. So when I'm in a situation like that, I tend to, if I'm about 5 or 6 points in profit in a FTSE, I will move my stop loss down. It's just a philosophy that I have, is that get the stop loss down as quickly as you can and then hope for the best. In this case here, I managed to move my stop loss from, I think it was about, I had a 12-point risk and I moved that down to 2 points. But to me, that's a well-executed trade. It didn't work out, and so you just dust yourself off and you move on to the next setup. Okay, I just want to explain that. All right. So in approximately 1 minute, I have the DAX closing, and I have an option here, and that option is to do what's called an aggressive school run. An aggressive school run is a method that I have invented on trying to capitalize on an early price movement. So what would that mean is, with the bar about to close in 8 seconds, is that the high here is currently 493. So I would want to have an order to buy around 498. Now I may not have time to do it because I'm just explaining, but that's the essence of the aggressive school run. And I really don't want to rush things at the moment either. I would rather miss a few trades while I get the hang of this. So there, the school run in the DAX, in the aggressive school run in the DAX, would be filled. I haven't placed the order because I said I'm just getting hang of it, and I think I'll just sit this one out until I get to the normal school run. But that's a buy right above here. So the high is 493.65. I usually add an offset of about 3 points, which would bring a long position in around 97, 98. If the market now actually does trade lower, say down to 90, I would love to be a buyer, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. Seems as if it's moving. Just bear with me. I just want to see if I can. Just want to try and place a buy order. Okay, so I'm able to move that. Oh no, that was a sell order. I'll get the hang of it. So shift buy. There we go. So what I should have done is I should have simply just put that order right there. Okay. This software that I'm using is sat as an extension on top of the TD365 platform. So it's a software that I have had developed by a brilliant mind. My input, mostly his brain, and I will make that publicly available in about a week's time. I just want to have an opportunity to use it myself for a little bit. But it's such a brilliant kit, and it comes with a functionality where you can switch on my my signals, and for example, I can show you here. And if you just click view, it will show you where the long trade is and the short. So I should have been using that already, but as I said, I'm just getting the hang of it. So clearly I missed a decent setup in the DAX, but I'm just gonna have to accept that. It's just how it goes when you are trying to get used to the new technology. At least I told you what to do, so maybe you're long from 98. And good for you if you are. So just want to give you an example of what it is that when you have to deal with at times when you're dealing with the public. So I got a message here. Hi Tom, after you went on YouTube, I feel your trading is not good. just some micro scalps in order to not make errors in front of the viewers. That's the kind of, it's like, you know, you really, I don't know how to, I don't know how to explain this, but when you get messages like that, and that's why I try to not look at comments, but you're thinking, what are you, some kind of hillbilly? I have spent the last 2 days trying to explain that I'm just easing my way into this and I'm getting to use a new software. Give a man a break. We are on the second day. It's like that's the reason why I switch off comments, because I'm thinking, yeah, no, I can't deal with stupidity in that form, because it's just so like, you try and do what it is that I do, and it's got nothing to do with not wanting to lose. Just lost, and you just move on. But there you go. I always say to comments like that, they would never say that to your face. Well, I'm happy to just write it. So there you go. Demo. We are just on day 2. I got another question here. Someone says, another issue, there is 77 waiting for your live stream. I can't get in. Oh my God. Refresh your screen. No, I cannot. I don't want to be IT help. I just don't. I shouldn't have looked. So there you go. That was a good aggressive school run trade. I apologize that I missed it. But that is entirely a software, me getting used to it. So coming up to the traditional school run. I'm just going to place well, actually I can show this. So there you go. Got an order. It's probably a little, no, it's about right. So I got a long order in the DAX here at 41 with a stop loss in the opposite end. And this is just a traditional school run. If you're looking at the 30-minute candle in the DAX, that's a pretty impressive range already. So I'm just going to delete these orders and input them manually instead. I'm looking at the 30 minutes right now. And here's the 15-minute. I haven't actually tried to execute a trade from this ticket here. I'm just going to try and see if I can. Yeah, okay. So I can just click there as well. All right. So let me just close that. And that's how easy you can close a position. Cool. Just wanted to check that I could also implement the trade, because I'm thinking about being a buyer below prior bar low in an uptrend. That means I would want to be a buyer of the DAX below 18,506. I just have a generic stop loss at the moment for 40 points, but that's really not what my stop loss needs to be. So there are buyers down here below prior bar low, but it really didn't go meaningfully below. The low was 506, and it went 505.5. Apparently someone says that there's 2 streams scheduled, so maybe there is something here that I need to attend to. In that case, I'm really sorry. Yeah, it looks like this. Okay, I'm deleting that. I think there was another stream waiting. Okay. Stand by in the DAX, please. Buying the DAX here is currently trading at 505, 506. I'm going to use a stop loss at 473. So I'm just being a buyer below prior bar low. Just make sure that the trade is executed. It is 505.6. Okay. So in an uptrend, but on a down day, so it's tricky, I'm a buyer below prior bar low. God, these are pissing me off. Let me just see if I can get rid of that. No, don't want that. Definitely don't want that. So what I have done is I have looked at the 5-minute and the 10-minute, and in particular the 15-minute, and I have tried to buy into a retracement. And that retracement I timed using 2 negative DAX candles. And as you will often see, the market will go below prior bar low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my stop loss up. I'm about 1700 in profit. So I'll try and move my stop loss up sort of relatively as quickly as I can. Gonna move my stop loss up to 495. So in the ideal world, what I really want to do is to get my stop loss to break even. But I haven't got enough open profit. As you can see, I'm only about 10 points in profit. It's not enough. Of course, I could take a quick couple of £1,000 in profit, but again, it's not really what I'm trading for. So now I'm more in profit. So I can move my stop loss up below that current candle here. So I'll move my stop loss up to 501. And let's just see if this goes. Of course, it's tight. It's a tight stop loss, but that's how I trade. I just try to find low risk opportunities and then as quickly as I can move stop loss to break even, and then if I can add to the position. This trade here would be a prime candidate for adding if it goes up from here and it triggers the long school run. So now you can see the position is actually just losing me slightly, and I'm moving my stop loss. Obviously the odds are now high that I am going to get stopped out, unfortunately. Yeah, been stopped out. So just checking the inventory. So I lost 5 points on this. And at its best, I was what? 15 points in profit, 14. I suppose I could have moved the stop loss to break even, but I at least moved it up. This is the FTSE. FTSE also retracing a little. FTSE may actually also setting up a buy signal by being or trading below prior bar low down in this area here. God, I wish I could get rid of that box there. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So you got a big push up on the 5-minute chart, and the market is coming down and trading below this area here. That could be interesting for buyers. Let's have a look at the so the DAX will set up a school run short at 18,466 and a long at 18,535, 38 plus the offset. But it's too big a stop loss for my liking. That's an enormous 15-minute candle. Usually I will operate with a 40-point stop loss. So the second 10-minute candle just dipped below it. It had a low at 88. We went 86 and buyers stepped in. Of course, the question I have to consider is, are we in a downtrend? Has a downtrend begun? You have a double top on the daily. to show you the weekly chart. DAX is actually in a trading range on the weekly chart. So notice up here how this bar here just went above prior bar high and then sold off again. It makes me think, I wonder if I need to be a seller here in the DAX around 18.5. Stand by, please. Well, there's the answer to that. Notice it just went above prior bar high. And now we're trading down towards the low of the previous candle. The US is not doing much. So this is a European story. I'm getting close to a sell signal. In the DAX on a school run. I think I'll take it with a stop loss, not all the way up there, but at 511. Input an order at 18,463 and I'll have a stop loss up here. FTSE is interesting to me because I think this first negative bar here that was succeeded, we're coming back down to test this area, so I probably want to be a buyer of the FTSE. Please stand by. I'm buying the FTSE here. It's currently trading at 48.9. I'm going to have a stop loss. I have at 12 points away. So that should show up now. What is my fill? 49. Okay. So I bought the FTSE because I got a micro double bottom. It obviously, any trade is risky, but I just saw this candle here. I thought that was an interesting one. Okay. I'll leave the stop loss as it is. Oh. Getting close to getting fill. In the DAX. FTSE is falling. So I got a long position in the FTSE. So far it is not working. And I got an order in the DAX, which is a school run. And it hasn't triggered yet. It looks like my DAX has triggered. Oh man, that's a bit unfortunate. Well, there you go. It just triggered, like literally the spread. I just amended my entry price. I think I made a mistake. I think it should have been a 462 because the low was 466 and I usually use a 5-point offset. So, oh well. So just doing a status here. I am long the FTSE, which I'm currently 4 points underwater. And I am I'm short the DAX and I'm currently 16 points underwater in total. I'm losing £4,000. Got a stop loss in on both. I made a mistake, not a huge one, it's just a little bit unfortunate in the DAX. I really wanted it to be short from 61, but I dragged my order at 63. That is my mistake, and I just got triggered. As you can see here on the chart. FTSE is not really working. DAX I'm not sure about yet. So again, I notice how the DAX is just trading above the previous two candles and it's trading back into the range. So it is by no means a bullish market, but I am underwater on my short position in the DAX. And my FTSE is not looking so good either. And here are the numbers. It'd be pretty frustrating afterwards if I get stopped out to know that I got into this position on a technical mistake. Of course, the responsibility is mine, but my entry should be 61 and not 63. That's a bit upsetting. But okay. DAX is charging ahead now. My FTSE is coming good, but the DAX is not. And now they're following each other. I don't think I'll do a flip the switch, but I'll see when I get there. I certainly won't go long at 14. I'm still in, but came pretty close to being stopped out. FTSE looking better. Still range bound, but quite a big range. So we've been trading for an hour and a half. I'm currently short the DAX on a trade I technically shouldn't be in, but I am. And I am long the FTSE. I'm losing on the DAX and I'm pretty much break even or winning a bit on the FTSE. DAX is coming down again. State of the affair. I was asked, why don't you put your stop loss at break even on Bitcoin? I'm fine with where the stop loss is. And I got what was a much bigger position in sterling dollar. Now I'm just running a tiny bit of residual left and short DAX and long FTSE. Don't actually enjoy being on opposite sides of the FTSE and DAX. I really don't. in about 10 minutes time, there's actually a new setup, which is the one that comes after the school run. Be interesting to see which way that points. Stuck in the middle. In the FTSE, I'm moving my stop loss up. I'm moving my stop loss up to 49. Yeah, the DAX is not looking so good again. I think I'm going to be stopped out. I'll show you on the chart what it looks like. It's like it's teasing you, isn't it? I have to admit that I'm tempted to buy the FTSE again to add. But I haven't really got much of a buffer. Here's the FTSE chart. There's my entry and my stop loss. And here's my DAX. And here's the score. I think I am going to have to get long the DAX above 516. No, that's not what I want to do. I'm placing a buy order in the DAX. At 17. So I've been stopped out. Hang on. And 1 second. It's gonna stop loss is at 478.18. 478. And that is a brunch break that we got going here. And just checking my stop loss. And I'm still in the FTSE. So I've flipped the switch. In the DAX. and I'm still long the FTSE. So just so there's complete transparency, here's what I lost today, minus 10,420 in the DAX, 900, that was just a test trade, and 750 in the FTSE. And current status is what you're seeing here. So would love to see new highs on the day. And the same in the FTSE. We'll see. So the setup in the DAX, just so we're clear, I had a school run. I should not have been filled on that. It bugs me. It cost me £10,000. I'm going to have to just absorb that and move on. But it is frustrating because I use a 5-point offset and the low was 66. And so I should be filled on 61, but I didn't drag my cursor and instead it said 63 and it absolutely just ticked 63. It happens. I don't want to dwell on it. I just go, okay, it'll be forgotten by this afternoon. Then there's this bar here. This is the brunch break bar. It completed. It coincided with where my stop loss was, and I flipped the switch, and I've gone from being short to being long DAX. My stop loss is currently just below the low of this bar here. FTSE was an attempt to buy a deep retracement after a strong move higher off the open. It was touch and go for a while, but it's looking a lot better now, and here's the scoreboard. So that's the status. FTSE is certainly doing me a favor. Some of the questions I get are just so strange. Is there no spread? I don't know. Just don't get it. Okay. Yeah, I might have gotten a bad end of the deal on the DAX on a technicality, but FTSE is certainly stand by to take profit in the FTSE. The old high is 72. I wonder if it's going to get there. Oh, come on. Dax, why are you such a pain in the ass today? Really is. Get ready to take profit in the FTSE. I'll close my FTSE here. It's currently trading around 71. Yeah, that was exactly my entry and my exit. Okay, that's Now if I can just get the DAX to work. Okay, so I think let me just I think I'll just swap to camera. So good morning. So it has been a really difficult morning for me because I've had to accept that my strategy that I have researched to death, my school run strategy, actually didn't trigger. But because of I'm operating a software, and I was meant to drag my sell short entry to 61, and couldn't see that it actually went 63 as opposed to 61. So I got filled, and I have tested this so much because I knew that I had it above. I have a 5-point offset in the DAX school run strategy. So I got filled, and I guess you could argue that I could have admitted my mistake and taken a 10-point loss. But, hope dies last, and I just thought it was so marginal. Anyway, it'll probably be okay. But it wasn't okay, and I lost £10,000. Had a FTSE trade that somewhat compensated for that, and I've just closed that for about £5,000 or £7,000, and I'm long the DAX now, and it's currently making me about £2,000. So it's not as bad a morning as at first glance, but it hasn't been easy to sort of lose 10 large ones on a technicality. Okay, I've been streaming for 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I think I'll call it here. It has been a pleasure to be with you, at times difficult. Some of the questions I get, I just don't understand why people would be asking things like that. It's just mind-blowing how people are spending their firing power, because once I get a question like that, I just ignore people. So one of the questions is, why is there no spread on your charts? Like, well, take a look at the chart. Okay, right up there is the buy and the sell spread. I mean, it's right there. DAX is trading 28.4 to 29.3. I mean, how is that not a spread? It's just anyway, I guess I have to learn to accept that people will ask questions. I just thought, I don't know what I thought. But I made the mistake today. I'd look at the questions because I wanted to check if the volume was coming through and the visual was coming through. There was a technical issue this morning. Apparently I had 2 live streams lined up. So obviously a mistake on my part. But otherwise, let me just look at my position. DAX is making me a couple of £1,000. So even it's a losing morning, unfortunately. But flipping the switch on the DAX so far has been the right thing to do. So I'll hold on to that. Have a lovely the rest of your morning or afternoon or night, wherever you are in the world. I will be back for the US session. But for now, I wish you all the best. Thanks for being here.